Hey everyone, today on Tech Sounds we're going to be taking a look at a home theater that would cost you over $20,000 if you just walked into a store and put it on a credit card. And then we're going to be showing you how you can get one for a fraction of that. So today we're going to be looking at a home theater that I set up, and like I said, it would have cost over $20,000 if you just walked into, say, Best Buy and bought it. The stereo surround system, home theater, whatever you want to call it, consists of 6 Polk RTI A9 speakers. These guys. There's 4 of the cherries and 2 of the blacks. We've got this one's not plugged in right now, but we've got 4 of these guys. They're Energy CR55 bipole or dipole speakers. They're kind of cool for surrounds because you get a little tweeter on the top and then a mid and a tweeter on the front. You can switch it between bipole or dipole. I run them as bipoles. There's another video about that. We have 2 Belladine 15-inch CT150 subwoofers. We got a 55-inch LG 4K UHD TV. We have 2 Rotel RMB 1575 amplifiers. They are 250 watts a channel at 8 ohms with all 5 channels running. It's not big box ratings, nothing like that. They're real power ratings. They can go down to 4 ohms and they'll put out 500 watts a channel at 4 ohms, all 5 channels. So we have 10 channels at 500 watts at 4 ohms. I'm sure you guys can do that math if you want. We're running a Marantz AV7703 preprocessor. It sends all our signals to our subwoofers, our 2 amps, which then goes to all our speakers. Everything's protected by a Panamax 2100 power conditioner, and we run a PS4 Pro if we want to do some games, any YouTube, stuff like that we can get off it. The TV is also a smart TV, so we have that there. And we have a Mac Mini HTPC that we put together. I don't know if you guys have seen that video, but it's on our channel if you want to check it out. But yeah, basically the total of this system here in Canada would have been $21,545 plus tax, which works out to just over $24,000. And I managed to get it for about a third of that. It was about $8,000, give or take. And I did that by, first of all, shopping around a lot. This system took me about 8 months to configure, find everything that I wanted, put together, and be able to afford it, basically. I didn't just go into a store, put it all on a credit card. Never recommend doing that. That's how you pay full price and pay for a long time. What I did was I shopped around, looked a lot on Facebook Marketplace. I knew I wanted a speaker like this, something with multiple woofers, a good mid and high range, and I wanted to do all surround towers for my floor speakers. I didn't want bookshelves or just normal surrounds. I wanted to do an all tower system. So I shopped around. I was looking at the Paradigm models. They look very similar to this, but they cost about what I spent on all my speakers for one. So they weren't really in my budget. I'll throw a picture up on there. You guys can see. They're a very similar look, but these are about a fifth of the price. And then I managed to get these. They retail for $1,200 at Best Buy. I picked them up for, like, it's $1,200 a speaker, not a pair, one speaker. I got every speaker in this room, if you work it out, $250 per speaker. They are open box models, like they were, somebody else had them, they've been returned, or they got a slight nick in shipping, something. They were not brand new when I purchased them, but they perform like brand new. But there was, say, small shipping damage on the side of the box or something. But I don't know if you guys can see any damage on these guys. I think the damage on this one is, there's a slight blemish. Oh, right there, I think maybe. Yeah, I think that's it. So because that one has a little blemish there, you basically save $1,000. And I found a guy who sells just open boxes, like speakers, things like that, and I picked up basically a pair of the cherries, and a pair of the blacks, $500 a set. The blacks were cheaper than the cherries, and I got one of the cherries for $500, one of the cherries for $550, so it works out to $500 a pair, total $1,500 for 6 of the speakers. Our center speaker, I wanted a flat rectangular box so I could stack components on top of it. These speakers have a curved box, so they wouldn't work. So I ended up having to go with an older model, the RTI 12, which is the model before these guys. They have a rectangular box. And basically, yeah, I just stacked it on the table, put my amps on top of it. I went with Energy CR55 speakers because I wanted a bipole. Atmos doesn't recommend using a bipole speaker for the surrounds. I'm not sure why. I think it's to do with the imaging with the 3D placement. But I just find it gives you a good overhead atmosphere, like if it's raining, something like that. We went with we went with the bipoles just because they were cheap. I liked them, and they have a nice theater room look to them. I wasn't too concerned with my Atmos speakers. I just wanted a surround Atmos speaker. And I already had one 15-inch Velodyne sub. I loved it. So I looked for literally 6 months for another one. They don't make speakers anymore, Velodyne. Like, they've moved on to LiDAR for self-driving cars. And these things are pretty much impossible to find if you want like an older Class AB, good, powerful subwoofer. If you can get a new one, you're going to be paying a lot. For like a servo sub, it'll be $3,000 to $5,000 probably. I don't have that. That's the majority of what my system costs. But basically, if you want to be able to get a system like this on a low budget, you need to be patient. You have to know what you want going in. So just have a general idea of what you're looking for. Wait till it goes on sale, or you see a deal on Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, Craigslist, anything like that. But the thing with used sales is you have to be careful. If you can, go to a reputable store, a seller on eBay that has good ratings, 100% reviews, or someone that's willing to take it back if you don't like it. Like my amps, they weren't my first choice of amps. I thought I wanted older rotels with the big Class A, B heat fin stacks. I had those. It turns out I didn't like them. They weren't what I wanted. I had some trouble getting identical models because I think I need 11 channels. And just buying older vintage hi-fi, it's hard to find matching components when you want to buy them for the price you want them. You need to be patient. But you also need to be willing to walk away. If a guy wants $1,000 for something that's not worth $1,000, just okay, thanks, see you later. Wait till maybe he comes to his senses, or he finds someone else selling one for a reasonable price. Someone willing to negotiate. Nice guys usually, they're willing to have a conversation with you. Let you come try the stuff out. That's what you want. You want to be able to make sure that you like the stuff. Even if you like it, maybe you like it in the store, you get it home, you don't like it. So it's nice to know that if you need to, you can return it. Used sales, you can't always do that, but you kind of get what you pay for. Like, if you're saving $1,000 on a speaker and it breaks, but the guy has another one, you're still under half price of what a new one would have cost. So there's things to consider. Another good way you can upgrade your system too is if you have a system already. Like I had a system that had an NAD T763 receiver, or no, T766 receiver, and yeah, T766, and I had six 18-inch speakers, 7 speakers 3 ways, and I sold them to finance a good $1,000 at least of this system. Another thing is you got to be persistent. You can't just take a look one day, you don't see it, so you give up. If you want something, you got to be willing to work for it. There's no secret miracle cure to get yourself whatever you want. Anyway, there's no website you go to and it's like sweet systems for sale for cheap. Sure there is, but like you're not getting that class of system that you would be had you picked out your components, gone with what you wanted from the start. If you don't care about that, like a home theater in a box, that works fine. You go, you pick it up, it's in a box, you take it home, you set it up, there you go. Surround sound. But if you're looking for something, it's like that with everything. Like if you want to build a good computer, sure, you can go to the store, you can buy what's on sale, get a cheap deal. It might be great. It might do everything you want. It might not. Or you can go on the internet, you can pick out each individual part you want, wait till they go on sale, buy them. Maybe you know a guy's got one for sale, you pick that up, you save yourself a couple $100. You end up building yourself the system you wanted for under half what it would have cost you had you just walked into a store and built it as a pre-built package. Now, it's very hard to do this with top of the line, like the current hottest of the line model that's out there. Those models don't go on sale. Those are what's everybody wants right now. So they don't have to put those on sale. The things you're going to be able to get are, like say last year's model, or if there's a new line of something coming out that's a higher end than the one that you've been looking at, that is a great time for you. You are about to get a deal. All the things that get surpassed by something go on sale. And once they go on sale, there's even a further sale down the secondhand market usually. So watch out for those. Like if something's on sale in a store and somebody's selling one used, you can usually tell them, like, you know, I can pick this up $500 new, why would I give you $450 for it used? And then if they're reasonable and they bought it when it was on sale new, they'll usually work with it. Because they know. They didn't want to pay full price for it either, and they don't just want to give it away for nothing, but they don't want to overcharge you deep down. They're hoping for what they can get, but they know what it's really worth a lot of the time. So, if you want something like this, it's going to take time. You're going to have to put in the hours. Like, there's no substitute for checking the ads every day you get home, see if anybody posted anything new. If there's a new sale on at a store that wasn't on last week when you got paid, now you see the thing you want, it was on half price, there was an open box special, you get another 20% off, something like that. Wicked deals do happen, but you have to be out there looking because they go fast. If there's anything you want specifically and it's brand new and it's at the store, just came out 2 weeks ago, you're gonna have to pay full price for it if you want it now. Like, there's almost no way around that. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work like that. But I'd tell you guys what I ended up paying for this. So it was like $250 for a speaker. I got these roughly $250 for a subwoofer. I got my Marantz for about $1,800, but I got the extended warranty on it because, well, if you buy a preprocessor, you get the extended warranty because so much is in these things that can go wrong. This is literally the third preprocessor I've had because of problems. And I'm getting problems with it, it's going back for repair. So hopefully they either fix it or they just give me a better model, but I'm really tired of spending like $2,000 on something and it just being a total piece of crap, like a good half the time. My Energy speakers, they weren't like real expensive speakers to start with. They just had the look I wanted, they were a speaker that would do what I wanted, and I could pick them up for, you know, under $50 a speaker kind of deal. Well, I think they were about $50 a speaker. Now the Panamax I just bought, like, the guy who sold me one of the Rotel amps sold me the Panamax. It was part of his system. He had a whole bunch of things. I ended up actually buying a few other amps from him, the rotels with the heat sinks on the front, and I ended up returning them to him. He's a great guy. Harold, he lives in Stony Creek or something. But so basically, you want to check out refurbished deals like online. If you go to like a big box store and they do sell the products you're looking for, check them out, see if they got an open box deal. Maybe they have a refurbished deal. And if they have an open box sale, usually there's room to negotiate. Like, they won't tell you that right off the bat a lot of the times, but it's been returned. They still have it. They've usually been compensated somehow for it. There's like a minimum dollar that they need to make off it, and if they can get that for it, they'll give it to you. Even Best Buy, places like that sometimes. But basically, if you want something like this cheap, just do not go out, raise your credit limit, and go on a shopping spree, and you'll be fine. Just be smart, be patient, and get to work. And then you'll have some fun. Alright guys, have a good night.